Want a crazy stat? With Luka getting his fifth, he now has more first-team All-NBA selections than Steph Curry, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Bill Russell, and Allen Iverson. Ever since his second year, Luka has been terrorizing the league.
And Luka picks it up! Some Luka magic!
That's how insane Luka really is. No wonder this guy is getting voter fatigue even though he can't win the Most Valuable Player award. The scary part is that he's just getting started. There's this ominous feeling that this is not yet the best version of Luka Magic. In the first half of his career, he was absolutely torching the league. And they have a reason to be scared because these are the times Luka showed the entire league who's the boss. Ever since Luka was 16 years old, he was a pro. And he's not a pro in some kind of local league. No, he's playing against the best players in Europe in the EuroLeague. He did not just join the league, he conquered it. At just 19 years old, Luka led his team, Real Madrid, to a EuroLeague title and became the league's youngest MVP. Yes, he did all that while being a teenager. You know what else he did back when he was a teenager? He held his ground against the former MVP Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder when the NBA visited Europe in a couple of exhibition games. It might not reflect on the stat sheets, but Luka looked ready at 17 years old, making the right plays, defending prime Westbrook, and reading NBA defenses with ease. At 17, that's like a senior in high school playing with grown men. And the Kings still decided that it was a good idea to draft Marvin Bagley III at the second pick. Poor Sacramento. At least they have the beam, though. The Kings were not the only ones who doubted Luka's potential coming into the NBA. The rest of the NBA was skeptical if Luka could translate his game from Europe to the NBA. Even the media was going crazy about whether he could be the next European to carry the Mavs to the promised land.
Luka's one of the guys in the conversation right now. Is Trey? I don't think quite. I like Luka.
I don't blame you for that, but I would say to you, we can't summarily dismiss the notion that Trey Young ain't worth that either. Numbers are similar in the postseason, and here's the advantage that Trey does have, Max. He doesn't have baggage. Luka, officiating, tied.
Well, Luka was ready to shut everyone up. In a game against Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors, Luka gave the world a glimpse of what's to come. Luka erupted for 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists and made history as the first teenager to have a 30-point triple-double. But that's not what's impressive about this performance. What's more absurd is that he did this while having the Claw, Kawhi Leonard, as his primary defender. A young rookie torching Kawhi. That's when we knew he was going to be special. Well, that wasn't the last time Luka cooked Kawhi. This time, it was not just the Claw, but the entire Clippers. After missing the playoffs as a rookie, Luka made his playoff debut in the bubble in his second year. It was a breakout year for Luka, who averaged more than 28 points per game. Some were still skeptical about how he would perform on the bigger stage. Well, Luka let his game do the talking. In his playoff debut, Luka erupted for 42 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. As a 20-year-old, all while being guarded by Kawhi and Paul George, an absolute monster. And who could have forgotten his sensational Game 4 performance when he dropped the coldest game winners in recent history? Step back. In-your-face three-pointer, Rudy Gobert must be having some flashbacks.
Time and time again. Rhythm, step-back three. That's in his resume. What a performance by Luka and the Mavericks. Mama.
Luka even finished that game with 2K numbers, 43 points, 13 assists, and 17 rebounds. He did all of these in his first playoff series against a premier defender. Talk about an unmatchable aura. When Luka got a taste of the playoffs, it's safe to say that he got addicted. The Mavericks have become a solid playoff team in the following years. Luka was just getting better and better, but of course, when you're climbing to the top, there's always someone who's going to try and take you down. For Luka and the Mavs, it was their new rival, the rising contender, the Phoenix Suns. After years of tanking, Phoenix is finally on the verge of completing the process after falling short against the Bucks in the 2021 NBA Finals. In the 2021 to 2022 season, though, the Suns are clear favorites to take home that elusive Larry O'Brien trophy. The Suns had the best record in the entire NBA with 64-18. They were unstoppable until they faced Luka in the second round of the playoffs. Phoenix was on a cruise to make their consecutive Western Conference Finals when they took a commanding 3-2 lead against Luka and the Mavs. Well, Devin Booker certainly liked their odds of packing the Mavs home as he started to trash talk. Then the infamous Luka quote, "Everybody acting tough when they up," while walking back in the locker rooms. Game 6, Luka caught absolutely on fire as he dropped 33, 8, and 11 on Devin Booker's head, winning by 27 points. And of course, the infamous Game 7, where Chris Paul hit that 3 to cut down the lead to 42. Luka even outscored the entire Phoenix Suns in the first half. He was even smiling every time he took a shot. Dallas would win it by 33 points, giving Devin Booker and the Suns their most embarrassing playoff loss of all time. The Suns did not recover from that. Luka just keeps getting better and better. He was not joking when he said that it was easier to score in the NBA compared to Europe because this 2023-2024 season, in January against the Hawks, Luka played absolutely out of his mind when he dropped the 4th best scoring performance in the history of the NBA. Just look at this stat line: 73 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 25 out of 33 from the field, including an efficient 8 for 13 from beyond the arc. To be fair, the Hawks played no defense, but still, 73 points? Luka was just out there toying with the defenders. Step-back threes, crafty layups, his elite shifty maneuvers, post moves.
30 piece in the first half. First of 2 free throws, good for more on Luka. Here's Leslie McCaslin. Leslie.
Well, Luka talked about the importance of being physical.
He was giving them everything on the offensive end. He is making the Atlanta front office regret their decision to trade him for Trae Young. What do you think? If Luka can score 73 points on a random night, can he be the next one to crack 80 points in a game after Kobe? Or maybe crack Wilt's record of 100 points? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Luka is arguably playing the best basketball of his life. Many doubted how Kyrie would complement Luka's game. But there has to be no problem in Dallas's backcourt, as they are on the verge of making the NBA Finals for the first time in Luka's young career and for the first time since Dirk carried the Mavs to the Finals in 2011. It wasn't an easy road for the Mavericks. It's not a cakewalk. They faced and disposed of their old nemesis, the Los Angeles Clippers, in the first round, dispatched the young and fiery Oklahoma City Thunder with their superstar SGA, and now they are cooking the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert and the future face of this league in Anthony Edwards. In Game 2, when the series was basically on the line, down 2 with under 10 seconds left, Luka decided to disrespect Rudy Gobert's Defensive Player of the Year awards as he called ISO on him and made him dance as he launched a wicked step-back three-point dagger to seal the game and potentially the series. After that shot, he let Rudy Gobert know. He let everybody know that he does not care who defends him. He's going to take and make that shot any time of the day. Talk about that dog mentality. Big shot maker from a big-time player. Luka isn't afraid of Rudy at all. In Game 3, when did Gobert think it was a good idea to post up the smaller Luka? The Slovenian stood his ground against the 7-foot Frenchman and stole it from Rudy like it was his croissant. Luka was just out there spoiling everybody's championship hopes. Ended the Clippers' super team and Harden's chance of a ship, ended Shai's glorious season, and now ended Ant and Cat's quest to give Minnesota their first ever championship. But now it's your turn to share your thoughts. With Luka checking every milestone the NBA has to offer, what do you think's next for the Slovenian? Can he take the Mavs to the promised land and give them the title once again? Will he ever win the elusive Most Valuable Player award? Let us know in the comments below. Is Luka in the conversation already as the best player in the world? And when it is all said and done, can Luka become a top 10 player of all time?